Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about buses. In particular, this one. BusTech's proposed new render for their new ZDI electric bus. This is going to be the second Australian integrated electric bus produced in this new era where electric buses matter. And today I want to talk about why I have some problems with it and why I think it might not be the best bus when compared to what the competition is putting out. In particular, I'm making a video because Adelaide is going to get this bus. I know it is very well because BusTech makes their buses in Adelaide for Adelaide and have been doing for several years now. So we are almost certain to get one of these later on. And New South Wales has already ordered them. So we will be seeing the first mock-up of these buses this year. So this is their electric bus. It comes in several different types. These are all just renders at the moment. There are no built mock-ups so far. So you've got a regular city bus, you've got a school bus, you've got a double-decker, which doesn't really fit with the theme and is also currently illegal on the roads because it would currently be too heavy, which is funny. An articulated bus and articulated bus with BRT styling. Of all their buses, I am most worried about their electric bus because it has some problems, I'll say that much. So, if we're willing to look at the comparison between existing diesel buses and the future electric buses, what's the difference? Primarily in their physical shape, in a diesel bus the engine is located under the floor here. In an electric bus, the batteries are stored on the roof primarily, and the motors are located in the drive axles. This means that the floor here, represented by the red line, can be completely flat. This allows for a better passenger experience, and really does allow for increased capacities and shorter dwell times, as buses don't have to be stopped as long, so passengers can more easily access the rear seats. This can already be seen on custom Denning Element New Bus, the main competition for this BusTech ZDI, which has already got a completely low floor. But, however, if we go look at what BusTech is proposing in their render of the electric bus, we have this. We can see this is how they propose the interior of the new ZDI, and you can see quite clearly that there is still a stepped floor, much similar to their existing BusTech VST, that slopes up towards the rear of the bus. This doesn't really allow for the flexibility an electric bus has when with a complete low floor model. You can also see here another problem, which is this very high sloped roofline, similar to their existing buses. However, this doesn't really fit in with the renders, so I do think this aspect of it may just be the render. Now, if we go to this section on their website, we can clearly see their plan for one body, 3 powertrains. This is really them saying they want to be able to use the same body shell, exact same bus, for both hydrogen, electric and diesel buses, to really not have to use that R&D money. And this is where I think the main problem with the ZDI really comes in. There is no reason to have to do this to their bus, but they have. You can see it in their little render over here. Now, all these buses based on the ZDI chassis have their engine located in the back of their diesel, but batteries located on the top if they're electric. However, these buses will all be using the same chassis, so there is going to be literally dead empty space underneath the bottom of the ZDI, and this is really going to demonstrate a problem for BusTech's electric offering, because that makes it really inferior to the custom Denning electric bus. Another part I'm worried about with this bus is just how many seats are on it. Now, you might think this is a good thing, a 12.5 metre bus with 51 seats. That is really quite impressive, but the way BusTech does seats is very much a compromise, you might say. There is basically zero legroom in the back of the current VST, and with 51 seats, which is more than the bus we currently have, it looks like it's going to get even worse, which is great. You can see in the proposed mock-up there are 2 seats by the entrance of the front door here. I've never seen that on any bus I've ever been on, and it really demonstrates that BusTech is trying to squish as many people into this bus as possible. But now we get to the fun stuff, the articulated bus offering, with a capacity of 65 seats apparently. And what I think is most disappointing about this bus is it's a Combo Arctic. Now, if you don't know what that means, it basically means the front of the bus here is a low floor, but the rear bus is a high floor bus. Now, currently all of Adelaide's buses are Combo Arctics, and they are garbage, to put it nicely. They increased dwell time, limit capacity, and are just an overall worse experience to be on than an all-low floor articulated bus. Something, by the way, that doesn't have to even be electric. Most of the other transit agencies in this country do have low-floor articulated buses. It's something Adelaide Metro solely continues to insist on. I mean, you might complain about American transit systems, but at least over there, New Flyer isn't dumb enough to make a Combo Arctic. You can quite clearly see in the render where the roof lines swoops up after the rear door and continues quite high on the articulated section of the bus. You can see in the render where the seats are up here, and you can see the seats up here. But it does look like these seats are at least 1 or 2 steps above boarding height. Hi, this is me editing the video. I just wanted to jump in and say that this does look better than the current CB80 Combo Arctic, and it does look better than what BusTech is currently building for its articulated bus in Adelaide, so at least it is a bit of an improvement there. This really does increase the amount of time needed to board a bus, and is one of the reasons Combo Arctics are just garbage, and there's no justification for Adelaide continuing to buy them. You can see in the render as well, they are just trying to cram as many seats as possible into this articulated bus. Now, personally, the one that makes the least sense to me is this one, the electric rapid transit bus, which claims to have a capacity of 107 seated, which is higher than the other one, despite the fact these buses are the same length, and also these buses might be too long to be roadworthy in Australia anyway, so that's fun. But what's the difference this bus has? And according to the render, it's just the BRT styling over the wheels. Isn't that wonderful? Electric rapid transit. So overall, what does this say about BusTech? Well, it says to me that they're attempting to do futurism. You can see their very flash electric bus. We can go see what they're proposing it to look like in the New South Wales government livery. And you can see it's very futuristic. It's got fancy headlights, but it does have a weirdly half a destination indicator. That's weird. And also, what's this? Is that a screen? I think it might be a screen, and I think that is quite funny. It does probably have some good features that I'm looking forward to. It does look a bit less cluttered than existing BusTech buses. These up here might be interesting, and I think they could present a very good passenger information screen. However, if the agency just wants to put advertising on them, that would also be incredible, wouldn't it? Now, this bus has 60 orders. The first of them are supposed to be coming this year for the New South Wales government, and they're going to be setting up a new factory in New South Wales to build them. And electric buses are the future, and there's no denying that, and they are coming whether you like it or not. But this BusTech bus in particular is just... I'm worried about it. I'm worried that it's going to be inferior, and this is going to be the bus that Adelaide gets. That I am very certain of that. I am amazed that this bus still has a higher window line at the rear. Something that the custom Denning Element does not have. You can see there is all glass panels through here, and I'll put up an image on screen right now of what the interior looks like. It's all low floor throughout, and it presents a really good view and allows for great headroom throughout the entirety of the bus. Something this bad boy doesn't have. I am excited to see them. I think they will be alright, and Adelaide, I am sure, will be ordering dozens and dozens of them as we phase out our VST orders for these things. But that is why I'm worried about the BusTech ZDI, and why I think it presents some problems in Australia's electric bus future. If you like the video, like, subscribe, etc., and I will see you next time where we talk about Probably more buses, to be honest. I like bus content.